Right, so let's continue from these volcanoes. There's the ones down here. Just had a quick look, and yeah, I think I'm going to put some cliffs here. I think I'm going to leave this bit, it's just this piece here. So let's get the stamping. And this piece, okay, I'll just need to paint that, same as this bit here. So where's the stamper? There we go. I'm going to go quite a way, see if, what I've got. I think it's been a couple of days since I last opened the project. So what's after the Rocky Plateaus? Oh, that's the steep rocky cliffs. Well, we'll stick with some of these steep rocky cliffs. So, how big is that? That's quite big. Oh, yes. I think it's 33. I might have to go down to 22. Let's swindle that round. Quite like that actually, as it is. I think I'm going to go for that. Where was it? No, I won't. Try and flatten that a bit. Yeah, I'll take that. Stamp for that. Come along now. Yeah, I can take that. I'm going around the main. I'm not going to do any of these little islands just yet. That one will just need painting. I don't think I'm going to actually do any painting because because I'm wondering whether to contact Procedural Worlds about setting these textures up correctly, because, or do a little bit of studying at least. And I'm contacting some of these companies is near on impossible, although they do tend to respond after a few days, but usually it is a few days or more. But about doing the old textures again, really, because and then I'd have to paint all the rivers again. Oops. Yeah, I did try. I did try getting the rock textures to appear less on the flat parts and more on the slopes, but the actual slope mask, it was impossible to set up. It just didn't do what it's supposed to. I mean, it's set up at 10 degrees to 25 degrees. I mean, that doesn't make sense to start off the bat. That doesn't make sense. Because what about these? These are like 90 degrees or something, 85 degrees or something, and there's rocks on them, which doesn't make sense at all. But there is some concave thing. I don't even really know what that means, to be honest with you. I know what concave means, but I don't know how it kind of relates. It doesn't kind of make sense to me. So I will need to contact them to see how it works, or do some research, which I'm not really willing to do at present. I mean, I'll after I finish these and gone through some more of the houses, then I might think about it. Excuse me. And learn about it, watch a few videos and whatnot. It just doesn't seem to do what it says on the tin. Exactly. But obviously that's got to be my lack of understanding, because why wouldn't it, basically? So I mean, these should be, that's the opposite way around. That should be rocks along here, and they've got rocks on the top, and like I say, it just wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. It's not just a case of setting the setting the slope. But like I say, I think it works on, the masks seem to be layered. So you've got like a top one, a middle one and a bottom one. And the bottom one is dependent on the one above it, and the one above that is dependent on the one above that. So, yeah, I can't get my head around that. That needs some serious sit down and think about it. Well, that seems to be doing something close, so why didn't it do it on... Oh, they're not very angled though, those, are they? But then again, it says 10 degrees to 20 degrees or something. So it should have put it on this and not on that, because that's not 10 degrees. So, like I say, doesn't make any sense. I'll preferably have all of this rock. This is the main reason I'm putting cliffs in, because it's not rock. But then again, they're kind of they're too slopey. And I've got to be careful here because there's fish here. I don't want to take anything from the depth because it's not very deep. Although, having said that, after I've finished this side, I'm going to activate the houses. This will be a bit jerky while I do that, but I'm going to activate the houses and, well, the fishing villages and the docks. It's a dock, not a fishing village. Activate the docks and see which one is above water, and I'm going to raise the water to meet the dock to make that. And I mean, that may have implications itself, I'm not sure. It shouldn't though. Although, like I say, you can never tell. Does it do what it says on the tin? That's number 7. I can make that 44. And that will be in the next video. I'm 13 minutes into this one, and after, like I say, about 20 minutes I start to not panic, but I start to think about closing it off. Although I've gone up to 30 minutes, but it depends whatever I'm doing within the video. It depends on how big the file is, and so some of them end up being 50 gigabyte, and eventually it cuts me off. Sometimes it just stop doing what you're doing. I forgot, just realised that I haven't saved yet. So stop doing it, holding on. I'm just going to pause this, and while it does this, oh, there you go. I'm going to save it now. So I saved it, and then I've been talking for the last 10 minutes, well, the last few minutes at least. I'll leave it at that, I'll just paint it. But most of that will be underwater when I raise the level of the water. It's just this bit, I think, now. I think we'll go White Cliffs of Dover here. What happens if I choose the height of that? No, I'll go White Cliffs of Dover. I think I have to go back. What was that? That is. Yeah, I'll go White Cliffs of Dover. Yeah, that could have been. What's here? Making that 77. No, I'll go White Cliffs of Dover. Right, Dover Cliffs. That's how far out, how big is that? Right, so it's only there because I've got a river here. I've got to be careful of that river. I don't want to go into that. In fact, I want to go down to 44. Move that out of the way. This is quite. It's just a bit boring. This is a bit. I don't like them bumpy bits there, so I want to get rid of those. Yeah, so I'll take that. Come on, be quick now. I'll go a little bit further over here to get rid of that thing there, whatever that is. Quite like that. Should I look a bit lower? Quite a big one there, I think. Spinning it a little bit. That's quite like that curly bit there. So I might actually stamp this one twice. So good, I stamped it twice. So stamp that. And I think I'll leave that at that for 22 minutes. So, right, I'll leave that at that, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.